Hello guys, to another ranking video. I should do a review, I know. But rankings are lots of fun. Today, why am I taking so many word pauses? We're ranking all the Studio Series Bumblebee figures in my collection. I don't see people doing this, so I thought, original idea, yes! Okay. That was mentally ill and just boggled my singular brain cell and why I've done that. So with that being said, let's hop into it. Taking 11th spot on this list. Feels like I have way more Bumblebees. Never mind. This taking the 12th spot, I forgot to get one. Is the Age of Extinction Bumblebee Deluxe class. This isn't the Takara Tommy re-release. This thing is honestly a literal piece of shit, like most of the things are in the AOE line, in my opinion. Even AOE, it doesn't have the best toys yet in the Studio Series. Yes, this is my Lego stand. It's very helpful. I should get out of the way. But yeah, it has pretty bad toy lines. Although the only good thing about this vehicle mode is the looking head on. That's killer sculpting right there. Although other than that, if you do not know it's a robot mode, which I do not have it in, it is a literal piece of shit. Looks very crappy in my opinion. And yeah, like the rest of AOE toys, it's from main lines, it kind of sucks. Taking the 11th place, we have the Studio Series. Yes, this is the Studio Series version of AOE, his old Camaro mode. I forget it. It's High Octane. There we go. This sucks. It's like a re-release with some slight paint apps that absolutely suck that got changed. Although I do not know why he's in robot mode. He looks way better. Although one thing he could do, he did better than the Bumblebee before this, is he actually had an alt mode that represented what we saw on screen. Although, yes, when they have released this, instead of in a 2-pack, they better make an actual Studio Series version, not a re-release of this. Because they could make a pretty cool toy, even if they just remolded the 01 mold / Clunker Bumblebee / the 1,000 changes that they made. It's free, but point prevails. In 10th spot, not rounding out what I claim as kind of bad figures before the jump up to some better ones. Here we have the Bumblebee movie Studio Series 15, not the one with the re-release for Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Since the original one with all those extra parts, which is even more weird, has skyrocketed in aftermarket prices. As you can see, I've already have clear plastic shipping, and I've only had it on discs, an actual cracked form on some figures. I've had some transparent plastic ones for a while that still haven't cracked, unlike this. So yeah, just go and leave him in this form, and yeah, I guess. Not really a great figure though. Clunker Bumblebee is way more better in my opinion. Just saying, I find him more enjoyable because he has a better paint apps and the Bumblebee style Camaro. It's the same thing, but it's just not cutting it. Speeding his way into ninth place. I do not know why. I just had a brain fart. Is the Studio Series 71 Bumblebee. Now, they do have the Unmasked Bee coming out, which I do want to pick up, which really sends this guy down because the joints are much tighter apparently, and the paint apps are really good on that. But now, other than his head, I have literally no shit. That sounds weird. His interchangeable head with the battle mask. I don't really have that much use for this guy. So, I guess I'll just keep him in his... The only thing that is good about this figure is his vehicle mode, man. This just looks absolutely stunning, though, and is very screen accurate. Anyways, there's one thing I do wish he had, those guns that kind of like... Yeah, the guns that kind of like came out right here and like blasted the Decepticons before they transformed in that scene. I might be thinking of something else. I wish they came off those, though. I feel like he did. Okay. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, no real use for this guy other than his head, which once again sounds very weird. In 8th place, we have the Volkswagen Bumblebee. Now, this thing, even though it has that massive kibble, which is kind of annoying, the back kibble isn't as noticeable unless you, like, turn to the back. It's pretty hidden in his, like, if you look at him straight forward, though, which is pretty cool. But his legs back kibble is very, bad. Other than that, in his robot mode, I think it looks pretty good. His Volkswagen Beetle mode's amazing, which sends him above for having probably the best vehicle mode out. Although I have one big nitpick with it, is this back section doesn't always like to stay tabbed in. And that is annoying, sending this figure down in this spot, but not below any of the other figures, just because his accessories, like his arm blade and his gun, isn't as bad as like the Clunker Bumblebee movie B that was already on this list. His gun actually is not a pain to get on, and this is really cool for the Jeep Bumblebee. So, and his face mask is cool too. So I do like screwing around with him quite a bit in robot mode sometimes, though. So yeah, other than that, he has more good factors than the others, so he takes the top of the sort of bad figures of Bumblebee that are in my collection. We've kind of entered the medium list, but here we have the Origins Bumblebee. Now the medium, instead of either having one good mode or no good modes, which the bad figures kind of have, plus the bad very much outweigh the good things on those figures. These medium figures are pretty much equal on the positive and negatives, and QC is probably a huge thing here, more so than down there. Although there's definitely some QC on there that I could rant about down on those figures. But yeah, taking the 7th spot. Yeah, 7th spot. We have the Origins Bumblebee. Now, there's only one thing kind of holding this figure back, in my opinion. And that is its kibble. Like, it's pretty noticeable. Let alone it is pretty thin on the back. It's just so big and noticeable and like looking at him straight on. And his legs are absolutely atrocious with kibble. But if he didn't have that much kibble, or like they did something like way better, sort of, and like they kind of like transformed him up to have like way less kibble, I would and him not having these annoying things on the back of his leg that likes to pop off when you transform him, he would be up in the easy category. He has lots of fun to mess with, plus he comes with those energy bars, which are there. But yeah, other than that, he's kind of set down by that kibble and that QC, which is only on the 1 for some reason. Taking the 6th spot and never actually appearing in Dark of the Moon is the Nitro Bumblebee. I could be wrong, but I do not recall seeing this Bumblebee with like the thrusters on the back of him. He might be in the game or something, but I don't know. I've never actually personally seen this model in like a game, or heard of it in the game, or in the actual movie. But other than that, this figure is actually built pretty well. Other than having a little bit of kibble on the back and not standing the best. This guy's actually really well built. for the Dark of the Moon toy line, and yeah, he kind of ends up here due to personal opinion. And although I do find the Nitro Bumblebee design to be pretty cool still. Here in this spot of 5th place, making the top 5 is the Clunker Bumblebee. Now, this is, surprisingly, I know I said that this mold I didn't really like with the Bumblebee version, but the canyon isn't as much as a pain, although his legs are still a little loose on the ball joints. His backpack never really bothers me because, like, it's kind of symmetrical with the door wings. I don't know. It's just, like, less terrible. Although, he does have a problem with balancing, so that's another thing this mold has. Other than that, I personally enjoy him with this better paint scheme than the other one. And his gun functioning a lot better, his canyon. Although, yeah, definitely really cool Bumblebee. And the best, like, of the old school Camaro Bumblebees you can pick up in the Studio Series line. Other than that, that's in kind of personal feeling rating about it. Yeah, that's where he ends up. Taking 4th place and only getting down by some major things is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee 4-pack Bumblebee that came in that 4-pack with the Mutant Black Arachnia. It's called Black Arachnia on the box, Nemesis Primal and Fangry. He's definitely one of the better figures with, like, Primal than, like, Fangry, because Fangry's all loose and stuff, and Black Arachnia, though fixing the QC problem, is some ray paint, and Nemesis Primal being a retool. This is a recolor of Cliff Jumper, and they're releasing this new 86 Cliff Jumper in the Buzzworthy B line. I think I'm going to pick up with the Unmasked B, and I might get the Toon Accurate Cup. I do have the actual 86 version of him, though, so he does look really cool, though. I need to stop rambling. But, yeah, here we have him. I believe the Allspark kind of goes with him in the set, so that's pretty cool for Kingdom. And then his canyon is pretty ugly, though. That's one thing pulling it back. Other than that, it just being a simple recolor of Cliff Jumper, which I do like the kind of Camaro kind of style that's, like, in the Bayverse into, like, the G1-ish aesthetic is pretty cool. I don't mind that kind of crossover, plus it probably had to be different than the Volkswagen Bee, which I do not have. So yeah, you will not be seeing that up high on the list, although maybe I'll get them, although those aftermarket prices are insane. Being a pain in the stand is what's holding this guy back in the 3rd place. In 3rd place, we have ROTF Deluxe Class Studio Series Bumblebee. Now, other than this and his door wings not lining up on my copy real well with the thing, meaning that it kind of like sticks out on the one side pretty bad. Maybe I'm just mistransforming him. I don't know. Well, and his transformation isn't the best. I think I like the complexity, but some parts are kind of annoying to get it all lined up, and with so much going on such with a kind of small deluxe nowadays, it's a little bit of a pain, and it's holding it back from beating out the top 2 figures. So with that being said, let's hop up into them. Here in 2nd place, we have Dotm line Bumblebee Deluxe Class. Now, really, this guy, he's just not as well engineered as our newer guy in 1st place for this ranking. That's what's really holding him back, is he is kind of simple, sort of. Or maybe it's I transformed him so many times it just seems simple. This guy got re-released also for the Universal Parks thing, so you can go get him there. But he originated from this line, and that's where I actually got this figure back in the day. But yeah, other than that, and his backpack being a little annoying, and his head sculpt, his ball joint isn't the best on the head anymore, but it never has been. Other than that, that's what's holding him back from beating out is no doubtably the Studio Series Jeep Bumblebee. And yes, Volkswagen Bee got to appear because I thought it would be funny if I put the accessory Jeep Bumblebee's going to steal from Volkswagen Bumblebee when I display it for the time when he's displayed on the show. So yeah, other than that, he's really cool, except this one thing in his vehicle mode, that this kind of has stressed a little bit to line up. Yes, that is transparent plastic, and I think I see something a little off with this headlight. Other than that, he is pretty cool though. His transformation is so much fun, even though, and I'm kind of glad that B127 and Cliff Dumper stole his elements, kind of. Because transformation's lots of fun. I think it's the right complexity, very engaging, and yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, he takes top spot because his robot mode's stellar but small, but scales well with Blitzwing, I believe, and the movie Prime, Bumblebee movie Prime, though I'll have to get those figures to find out for sure, because I need to hunt them down still. But yeah, pretty cool, really cool figure here. Even got painted taillights, which I forgot to mention on like so many figures on this list. Which I do really enjoy when Hasbro actually paints the taillights. But oh no, they're not worthy to be painted on. And I hope you enjoyed the Bumblebee figures in my collection ranked, because why not? With that being all said, oh boy. Okay, let's stop messing around here. With that being said, if you enjoyed and want more original rankings and my own reviews, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. But you don't have to, though it is free, and you can undo that decision in the future. It's up to you. And with that being said, till the next video. I forgot this line, how could I? Bye for now.